Hi, I'm Patrick, and welcome to my whiskey den. Glenn Cairn has the weekend off. Can you believe that? He's been here for like, what, 2 episodes, and he's already got a weekend off? Well, it's bullshit, Ed. It really is. Cody Road Bourbon Whiskey is named after William F. Cody, or better known as Buffalo Bill Cody, who had a pretty extravagant lifestyle back in the Old West. He was born in LeClaire, Iowa, where this is produced by the Mississippi River Distilling Company. It was started by the brothers Ryan and Garrett Bouchette in 2010. This duo focused on local grain-to-glass whiskey and high-quality production. When it came to choosing the stills, they went with German stills, but not only that, they flew over to Germany and worked with distillers over there to learn how to get the most out of the stills when they got them. And what I mean by local grain to glass is everything they have grain-wise comes within 25 miles of the distillery. Alright, and if it sounds like I'm fanboying a little bit over the next little section, I don't mean to be, but they're doing a lot of things I really like. Like, first off, the website. It's really easy to get around. They have a lot of information on it, and a lot of times it's just one click away and you can learn another thing. Excuse me. They have like a few different barrel programs, kind of the standard ones that a lot of ones have, but they have a really unique one that I thought was awesome, is where you can pick the different types of grains you want in it and the different yeasts, and they will produce it for you and then barrel it and hold it till you think it's ready. And I thought that is a fantastic addition and really letting people step into the foray a bit more. I thought that was really, really unique. Also, they have a really unique bottle design compared to a lot of other people. Just kind of a shape and everything is kind of already built into the thing as far as their name. So you're definitely going to remember who is this one, because there's not a bottle that's really shaped like that at all. So I thought that was a really good idea. Also, the labels. Not just the Cody Road series where they take pictures from kind of the Old West days and put them across the front of them on the bourbon, the rye, both barrel strength versions of that as well too. I like that part of the series, but with their other spirits, I like the bottle designs they chose for those too. Unique, fun, kind of interesting as well too. I thought they were good choices. And then as far as their core line, they had something I thought was really interesting, and that was the Iowish. It's 100% corn whiskey that's grown within inside of 2 miles of the distillery. So can't get more grain to glass or local than that is. I found interesting with this, and why I really want to try it is because it is 100% corn whiskey. And these two brothers put in a lot of effort and time and have some really unique thought processes. And they remind me of two brothers down in Texas, Jonathan and Robert LaCarish. And their corn whiskey, 100%, just won Best World Whiskey this last year. Congratulations to them on that. But it has me excited because these guys are showing similar level interest and intrigue and innovation in some of the things they're trying to do. So I'm excited to try that one when I get a chance. They also have a great seasonal selection that comes out with some unique whiskeys, but also some liqueurs and other things that would make sense. Apple pie, things like that. What I really liked is there's still crazy spirits. Now this is their experimental series where they might do some unique stuff or use different finishing barrels for it. I thought some of the stuff was really unique, like the 6-shooter smoke whiskey. They use the Cody Road rye whiskey, but they add some cherry wood smoked 6-row barley to it. just unique. I would like to see how that turns out because it is a smoked barley and you're using like a cherry wood, so maybe you would start really kind of pushing that cherry flavor amidst all those spices. Another one I thought was kind of unique that I want to try someday would be the double barrel whiskey, where they take the two 30-gallon barrels of the normal bourbon whiskey, and then they use a full barrel from the Wide River Winery, the Not Guilty dessert wine. The way it comes out sounds really kind of dark and rich, and very interesting to see how that is, because that's not a barrel typically I would look for, especially with all the other finishing ones that are kind of coming out recently. I wouldn't have thought of that one, but when I read it, it sounded like something that I would be totally interested in trying. It would be a wonderful kind of dessert whiskey. So I didn't want to fanboy for a second there, but those things, basically the way the website was laid out, there's a lot of nice information. It was hard to turn down the excitement for it, especially with all the unique programs and different stuff that they're doing. Being only started in 2010, they are coming up on, the 10-year mark, but that's pretty impressive. So at this point, we're gonna get into the actual Cody Road bourbon whiskey. It's not the barrel strength, just the standard version, which is at 45% alcohol. So not all the way down at 40 or the standard 43 that you see a lot of times. Yeah, you can smell a little bit of the corn in there. And it's a little bit of a dusty corn, but it's still sweet. Oh, by the way, in the mash bill, 70% corn from LeClaire, Iowa, 20% wheat from Reynolds, Illinois, and 10% malted barley from Davenport, Iowa. It's aged 2 years in 30-gallon oak barrels. The barrel isn't really heavy on this, and I'll be honest, neither is the alcohol smell or note. That's pretty dialed down in this. I don't even smell wise with alcohol. I put it on level with like a wine, so that is very, very tame. That you don't smell that stuff at all. That's very nice and makes it approachable for some people who might be starting out just on the nose wise. You're gonna get some more of the flavors that way. You get the caramel, obviously. I was gonna say that's a lot of times in there. Vanilla, but not the like baking vanilla that you would drop in like the actual vanilla bean itself, because it's a little bit lighter. Vanilla extract is what I was thinking of. I always think that takes such a punch. I'm gonna say it's more just the bean that I'm getting in here. And I'm getting like a light fruit, but I'm having a hard time telling if it's like a pear. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a little more of a pear. That nostril is working better. If you're ever having issues or anything when you're trying to sniff a whiskey, sometimes switch nostrils. I was gonna say, it switches over every like hour or so, hour and a half, I think, throughout the day, where that becomes more of the nostril primary breathe through. So it's good to kind of switch sides, and you may be plugged up on one side, so that can really open up a couple different flavors or smells that you were getting in there with. And I'm getting like almost a dusty, kind of a nutty kind of smell. But all right, let's get in here. Wow. Okay, that is really well balanced. very smooth. I was gonna say like that, like I was saying when you didn't throw much of the alcohol on the actual sniff of this. It was, you didn't get very much of that at all. Like a little bit at the end, you get a burn as it's going down, a little bit on the tongue, but overall, in comparison to other ones, very little, not much at all with that. And as I was taking that drink, the end of the last one, I was getting that where I was getting a smell was like a nut. It definitely got like a nut on the swallow on the back end of that. It was kind of it was like almost like a dusty. I can't figure out which one it is. It's definitely not like a cashew or a chestnut. Maybe more of like a chestnut. No, I'm going to change that. I'm going to say I think it's more of a walnut. There's more of a walnut on the back, but I was going to say it's definitely more a heavier, nutty flavor in this one. The front, right away, were not, like I say, it wasn't big punchy. It was light, and I was going to say it's probably we're getting that kind of that pear apricot-y taste. Let me get back in here. Yeah, and as you swallow, you get a little bit of that spice from the wheat, but it's not. It's a nice tame kind of spice. It fades away. You get some barrel note that is sticking around a little bit longer in the tannins, and then as that's starting to go away, where I was saying it's almost weird. It's like the barrel note is there, and then the barrel note fades into like a little bit of a nutty finish for like the real end of it. I really like this. This is pretty enjoyable to drink. It's not, I was going to say, I almost feel like there's another, like a little bit of fruity flavor, like a darker fruit, but no, that's more just when the barrel and a little bit of the spice were hitting there. I was just getting that confused because it was a little light, and then it kind of bursts with richness, and then it kind of fades. It's not, like I said, it's smooth, but I was gonna say the beginning's a little lighter, mid-range kind of pops a little bit with a richness and like 2 or 3 things going on, and then you get that lingering kind of barrel note and like that little bit of nut on the finish. Yeah, I'm gonna say walnut. It's definitely not a peanut or a cashew, but I'm gonna say like a walnut that's in there, and this is really enjoyable, and so that's why I was saying I'm really excited about that Iowish one, because if they're doing something like this and this is one of their baselines and they're doing it right, I was gonna say they're probably gonna be doing something like that right, and a lot of the interesting things right. So at some point, I really hope to get a chance to go out there and see their facility and how they're doing things. One of the people from the Whiskey Tribe, Patrick Cohn, mentioned that after I saw a bottle that in one of my other reviews I was doing, mentioned that he knows he'd been out there and knows the guys, and they run a really nice place, and they really do. After I got a chance to look into it, I tasted it first and already knew I liked it, but they're doing some really nice stuff, and I hope it continues to go in the right direction for them. On another note, coming up this Saturday at 3 o'clock, I'm going to be over on the Cask Strength channel. They're having their 1,000 subscriber live stream. It'll be going on from, I believe, noon Eastern till, I'm going to say 6, 8. It could be going on much longer than that into the evening. But I'm going to be going on at about 3 p.m. Stop over there before, during, and after. I'll put a link to their channel up here. They do some really nice stuff between Josh, Vito, and Brad. They're a fun group to hang out with, and we hope to see you over there. So, remember, from my den to yours, it's not the size of the den that matters. It's the love of the whiskey. Cheers.